like to interview Alex and Allison Gray. They are visionary artists. And I have a very kind of personal story as far as how I found Alex Gray's artwork and how it touched my heart.
It's beautiful to see, get somebody to open up. Like, you can see when you ask a certain question and they're like, wow, I did not know that I was going to even go there, or they had no idea what they were going to say. And I just remember that point. She's like, I never thought I would look back at my younger self and be like, wow, I love that person and I wish I could hug them. And I wish I could have be who I am now for who they were then. And that was just awesome. It's something I want to keep doing, interviewing people and really trying to open them up. And then you yourself open up.
I think it was very good for me, definitely cathartic, which was what I was expecting, but it was just coming out in different ways. And then just to see like this whole community of people who are willing to share their stuff and be honest with that has been like really good. So I'm excited to see where it goes. There have been some challenging journals, just like, I don't know what to write. And then I'm like, oh, this hurts.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. With so far as the journaling process, I think that especially lately I've been really frustrated. So journaling has helped me a lot. I think that's really how I've gotten through the past couple of weeks. I like that we have to associate it with an artist quote, because sometimes somebody can say something and it'll make complete sense, and it's better than how you could put it yourself. So I kind of like that. It kind of triggers my imagination a little bit.
I've always written, I've always journaled, I've always been able to express myself that way. I think that a lot of times I express myself the best way through my writing. I've been able to tell people certain things through my writing that I thought I could never say out loud. There's a lot of things that I've never been able to say out loud until I've written them. There's even things that to this day I can't say out loud unless I write them out.
Because you are a walking story. And so the ultimate goal is to document your life from your journaling into the actual novel that you're going to write. And it's going to be presented as fiction based on a true, whatever that, creative expression is for your life. According to Corinthians 13:13, hope, faith, and love, but the greatest of these is love. So, and as you can see, fear is opposing love. Like, these two are constantly in flux. Love is defined and love is sovereign. And this one I actually got from Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning after he survived Auschwitz, and what he learned. He was actually a clinical psychologist prior to becoming occupied as a prisoner. So he really got a firsthand experience on psychology. And what he found out through the camp life, when people were becoming suicidal and giving up hope, was that there was some kind of question that life was asking the individual. So even though they were doing these meaningless tasks back and forth, knowing that they were on their way to dying, there was still something that Viktor Frankl held on to. And this is something very significant, a recent breakthrough I've had, which is that the meaning to our individual lives are unique and singular. It's irreplaceable, it's unduplicable, and it's highly unique, which means that each one of your stories that you're going to be journaling it matters. It actually really matters. It's actually not just for you. It's going to reveal itself once you discover what that arc to your personal life is. Every situation is distinguished by its uniqueness. There's always one right answer to the problem. And when a man finds that it's his destiny to suffer, he will have to accept his suffering as a task. And I'll keep going a little bit lower. The people who were hopeless had no aim and no purpose. So then they thought there's no point and they wanted to give up. And so what we're discovering in the love story is how to reverse that. We want to bring in meaning and purpose in people's lives. And how you could do that is through your individual life story, which is highly, like I said, highly unique and universal at the same time. It's very paradoxical. As you are beginning to discover what your call to adventure actually is, you're going to be documenting signs, symbols, and surroundings around you that are giving you clue-ins as to where you are going. Because we're journaling off the premise that there is a divine creator, defined and confined and refined in love, who is leading you on the call to your adventure. And so writing in the second will help you keep track of it as if you're writing a directions on how to get to point A to point B. So see if you could start playing around with writing in the second, and when you're documenting it, do it in real time. So something that happened recently, today, yesterday, last week, or the last 24 hours. It's a really good tool to document what's going on. How is God talking through you? How are the heavenly supernatural angels helping you through this? And just paying attention to where you are in the present.
Home, a place where I can go to take this off my shoulders. Someone take me home. Home, a place where I can go to take this off my shoulders. Someone take me home. Look, I didn't power through the struggle just to let a little trouble knock me out of my position and interrupt the vision. After everything I witnessed, after all of these decisions, all these miles, feet, inches, they can't add up to the distance that I have been through just to get to a place where even if there's no closure, I'm still safe. I still ache from trying to keep pace. Somebody give me a sign, I'm starting to lose faith. Tell me, how did all my dreams turn to nightmares? How did I lose it when I was right there? Now I'm so far that it feels like it's all gone to pieces. Tell me, why the world never fights fair? I'm trying to find home, a place where I can go to take this off my shoulders. Someone take me home. Home, a place where I can go to take this off my shoulders. Someone take me home. It's been a long time coming. Someone take me home. Oh, 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 smile on my face, cause it's madness on my brain. So I gotta make it back, but my home ain't on the map. Gotta follow what I'm feeling to discover where it's at. I need the memory, in case this fades forever, just to be sure these last days are better. And if I have any enemies, then give me the strength to look the devil in the face and make it home safe. Now tell me, how did all my dreams turn to nightmares? How did I lose it when I was right there? Now I'm so far that it feels like it's all gone to pieces. Tell me, why the world never fights fair? I'm trying to find home, a place where I can go to take this off my shoulders. Someone take me home. Someone take me.
I found no cure for the loneliness. I found no cure for the sickness. Nothing here feels like home. Crowded streets, but I'm all alone.
I found no cure for the loneliness. I found no cure for the sickness. Nothing here feels like home.
Crowded streets, but I'm
Someone
all alone.
take me home. Oh, 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 oh. Take me home. Take me home. Someone take me home. Somebody know a place like home. Take me home. Someone take me.
The backstory of Lucifer's fall sets the stage for the birth of the original producer, Eve. Chapter 4, The Producer, Origins of Spiritual Intelligence, the Original Eve. God created Eve with the faith that he could reverse the curse that Lucifer placed upon himself. Currently, Lucifer and the fallen angels are lost in the desert through a self-created hell as disembodied spirits without purpose, aim, or meaning. God created Eve so she may pursue after Lucifer's heart. Fear is the venom that had originally caused him to create the life lie, and faith is the antidote to fear. Faith in God's goodness, the right answer to the question God had originally posed to Lucifer. What have you done? I have bitten from the fruit because I have doubted God's goodness. Thus, God created Eve in hope that she will produce the anti-venom by serving as a mirror darkly for Lucifer and integrating the shadow in his heart through her fierce faith in God's goodness. Adam's why, the codes of life. God created Adam out of the earth first and endowed him with the properties of God's love. God encoded the book of life within Adam's DNA and declared before all of creation that Adam is now God's son, made in God's image. Though Adam has the codes of the book of life within his DNA, it was also contained or sealed and allowed to express only parts of the genome, also known as gene expression. Each offspring of Adam thereof will have the ability to express different portions of the entire genome, thus making a unique, irreplaceable, and unduplicable individual. In other words, there is only one unique copy of this creation in all of creation. Singular. Yes, similar, but still singular. You will also soon find out how Eve the root of the divine feminine, offers herself as a light in the heart of darkness, in the form of a mirror, a darkly mirror, reflected upon by the light like the moon. Thus, out of Adam's rib, the bone closest to Adam's own heart, God created the essence of Eve. Eve is made of bones, dense earth, thereby energetically stronger with an extra sensory ability to tune into the supernatural, the mystical, the matters of the heart. Eve harnessed the power of everlasting life, and within her DNA, she was also given the gift of prophecy to see the ending of love's true algorithm. Thus, within her gifts, she also embodied faith. Faith is the act of believing in something that has not yet manifested in real time of the believing. It is the belief that it will happen someday and that supernatural elements are operating in one's favor accordingly through one's faith. Eve did not need to believe in a particular religion to activate this contract with God. She simply believed in God, in God's goodness. Original Eve believed that God is good, love is good, and love has the promises of everlasting life, for she is made in the fruit of everlasting life. Original Eve is attracted to the true power and thus she is attracted to true love?
Passions have always been writing and helping people. I think that in total, I think all of us share very similar passions. So a lot of the things that I would have to say would be, a duplicate of what everybody else has said already. I want to be there to help people. I want to help guide people, and I want to, pursue my own writing and my own creativity, my own outlets. My pursuit, I think right now, my biggest goals are being a good mom for my little person, sending out her birthday invitations. Ew, and like the love story has a huge place in my heart. So lots of my goals right now are, helping us get to where we need to go, helping us, with our brand recognition and our funding and just getting momentum. All of these things are really important to me. I work full time at the university.